Hello, everybody. Happy Saturday. I'm so excited to be here with all of you this weekend. As you come in, let me know you're here because remember, every time you comment on this live, I'm seeing that number go up. Amazing. Love seeing you join me. Say hello. Let me know what you're doing to rejuvenate yourself this weekend. Maybe even attending this live is part of it. But what else? What else are you doing to rejuvenate yourself? Because as a teacher, you are doing so much each and every day for other people. And that is really what this book is about. That's why it's called Educate, which is what we're all doing, right? But the part that some of us miss is rejuvenate, right? So I want to know, what are you doing to rejuvenate this weekend? Let me know in the comments wherever you're watching this. I see a whole bunch of you on the Teacher Goals X. Fun to see you there. I'm live on both the Teacher Goals and the Educate and Rejuvenate platforms. I see some of you over there too. Welcome. So excited to be here. Nothing. Connie's doing nothing. Nothing is a way to rejuvenate, right? If you're like, I'm going to just do nothing for a bit, I hope you meant it that way, right? Maybe a whole lot of nothing can actually feel really good. MM, hello. I've seen you on other lives too. Happy to see you again today. Welcome to everybody here. So as a reminder, on every live, you are going to church. Amazing. That's a great way for you to rejuvenate yourself, rejuvenate your soul. Love it. I love hearing what each and every one of you are doing. So feel free to put that in the chat because remember, on every live that I'm doing for this book launch party time, we have two more after this, but today we are giving away a power bank or a wireless phone charger, right? So you can charge your phone on the go. It was kind of the price to go with what we're doing today. What I'm doing today is I'm showing you the mobile app. I'm showing you the app that is one of the bonuses when you purchase the book. Because when you snag a copy of Educate and Rejuvenate, not only are you getting a book, but you are also getting so many other incredible bonuses that are only available to those who purchase the book, right? So it's not just a book. There's a PDF workbook, for example. We went over this the other day, but for anybody who missed it, there's a PDF workbook. You can print it out and bind it like I did. And we talked about this the other day. I'm very much a teacher and I printed and bound it because that's what we do, a lot of us. But again, we've got this workbook to help you apply everything you learn. You can do just 5 minutes a day. And if you do that and work your way through the workbook, you are going to see such a difference in your levels of burnout, in your habits, of your ability to rejuvenate yourself, not just educate kids and then, do whatever you need to do for your family or, everybody else, but taking care of yourself too. And both are so important. I'm not saying that we don't want to, we want to do our best as educators, right? But the problem is we think that we have to give everything of ourselves until there's nothing left. There's even a popular quote. I'm actually about to film a reel about this, and we might even talk about it on the live podcast recording next week, but to get a little bit ahead of myself, have any of you heard that quote about the candle? Like, a good teacher is like a candle. It consumes itself to light the way for others. And I actually do not like that quote because I do not believe that we have to consume ourselves. Like, think about it. What does consume mean? It means to just give everything we have until we wither away and there's nothing left. And I don't want any of you doing that as a teacher. I'm like, no, thank you to all of that. I'm not doing that anymore. And I've done it at points, which, as you'll read in the book even begins with me crying on my classroom floor, having panic attacks, ending up in the ER later on in the book. I've done it. I've been there. And I know a lot of you have too, because when I did a poll on the Educate and Rejuvenate Instagram account in our stories, I had over 300 teachers vote, and 76% said they always or almost always put their job ahead of themselves. And then a bunch said sometimes, and only 2% said rarely or never. And that is why this book matters. This book matters not because I'm like, I want to sell a bunch of copies of my book. I get pennies on each book sold. And that's once all expenses are covered. That's not what this is all about for me. This is about getting the message out to teachers so we are no longer burned out. So we're no longer consuming ourselves. And we also get to all come together. We're doing a book club. Everybody who purchases a copy of the book is invited for us to come together and learn from each other and strategize and figure it all out. And I just love it. Hannah says, yeah, I'm going to a very special first birthday party for a dear friend whose baby spent many months in the NICU. Oh, I love that. I love that you are going to support your friend and her 1-year-old. NICU babies. My nephew was in the NICU. He was actually a 9-pound baby in the NICU. He looked very out of place, but he he had a hard time with his oxygen, and it was just so great when he was able to get out and he was able to breathe normally. And oh, it's a scary time having a baby in the NICU for sure. So I love that you're supporting her. Charity says, hello. I love it. Book clubs. We love book clubs. Love it, love it, love it. And yeah, that's too many that do that and too many that don't. Yes, exactly. That's the problem. And that is what we are here to change. Advocate Kelsey, I just love what you were doing and bringing coaching to your club, thinking outside the box. Yes, yeah. It is interesting because for those of you who maybe a lot of you don't know me actually, because most of you are watching, or maybe you do. Let me know if you've been on a live with me before. Actually, I would love to hear in the chat, especially those of you who have not. Let me know if you're here for the first time. My name's Kelsey Sorensen. I'm the author of this book, Educate and Rejuvenate. But I started my company originally over 10 years ago now. It was called Wife Teacher Mommy. It was just a TPT store at that time. I was like putting up sub plans because at the time I was subbing. After I had my child, I taught 3rd grade, and then I subbed for 5 years. And now I coach teachers while homeschooling my kids. It's been an interesting educational journey. I love teaching in every way, and I love helping every kind of educator, no matter what kind you are. But with that, like it started out just like teaching resources, right? Like, oh yeah, let's save teachers time. But what I find is a lot of us would be, yeah, I get a PDF. That's great. It does save me time. They're wonderful, right? Like I love teaching resources. I love TPT. We all love it, right? But that's not the only burnout problem. Like we really need to get deeper in there to figure out what it is, because as soon as you buy that PDF, it's just going to be something else, right? And that is why this work matters, this more holistic support. And that is what we're all about here at Educate and Rejuvenate. Teresa says, hello. Bethany says, yep, yeah, it is. A lot of us are feeling so burned out. Love seeing you. Cheer, MM Espinoza. Love it. I love seeing you on our lives. Charity, cannot wait for the book club. Wish it were an audio because it takes me longer to read, but that's what I'll be doing this weekend is reading. I love it, Charity. And you know what? If you need audio, I think you could probably do a trial of it. There is an app called Speechify. I actually listened to my book on it during one of my edits. I had Gwyneth Paltrow read it to me. It was amazing. It was kind of fun. And actually they do a really good job with it. Like it is pretty good. Like it's way better than you would think for an AI voice. So if you need audio, especially for like, and that is, you would need a Kindle copy. So you can put the Kindle into there and then it'll read it to you. So if you need that for just like processing reasons or whatever, or you just like audio, it helps you get to do it. It's called Speechify. I will put that in the chat. I use it, especially like for heavier research stuff. If it doesn't have an Audible, that's what I do. Like if I need to kind of hear it as I'm reading it too, or it's just going to take me longer to get through if I read it. ADHD, yes, it is great. I do hope that we have an Audible at some point. I mean, I like love audiobooks. So that is my goal. I want to narrate it as well. But for us to get an audiobook, we need to sell a certain number of copies. So if you're like, I really want an audiobook, purchasing a copy does help with that. Bethany says she's checked out Speechify. It's pretty cool. I love Speechify. It's so fun. Jen says she already ordered her copy. So excited to get the tangible version. Cannot wait for you, Jen. And make sure you've claimed your bonuses if you haven't yet. I will share how to do that during this live as well. But really all you need to do is go to this page that's right on the screen, teachyourgoals.com/educate-bonuses. And then you'll select which form to fill out depending on how many copies you purchased. And then we'll go from there. Can I just say I'm impressed with how beautifully designed your book is. Yay to Teach Your Goals for that. Yes. And you know what else I love? I love the glossy. Like it's shiny. Like we have the choice of glossy or matte, and most of their books, like yeah, for most of our authors, we recommend the matte, but for yours and your brand, like I think glossy would be nice. I'm so glad we went with glossy. It's just so pretty. I love it. And they did a great job, like even the inside of it and all the imagery. They did most of the images besides like the pictures I took. It turned out really good. I love how it turned out. It's definitely been a work in progress for a couple of years, even got pushed back several times, but it was worth the wait. I just re-listened to the intro. Was there a first chapter read also? No, I just did the intro on the podcast. So, but hopefully that audiobook will come out. I sure hope so. But let me know, Speechify helps. Would love to hear about that if that helps you. Or you said you were going to read it anyway. I love it. I love that you're like, I'm not going to let that stop me. So you've got this, Charity. Okay, so I want to share the mobile app bonuses. That is the big thing we're doing today. And just a reminder for those I've seen a lot pop in since we started, especially on the Teacher Goals X, a lot of you over there. So every comment on this live is an entry to win a wireless phone charger. We have a different price for each one. This is kind of a different one. It's because we're doing a mobile app. And then we're like, you want to keep your phone charged, right? How many of you, like, you go through a day of school? I swear the longer you have an iPhone, and I don't replace mine every year like they want you to. I swear that's their goal. But the battery life just kind of dwindles, right? And so it's nice to have that. So even if you don't have a charger on you, you can, or like, like a wall you can plug it into, you can plug it in whenever. I love having the power banks. And Charity said she actually remembered to print the workbook yesterday, now to bind it. I love it. I love it. Okay, so let's share my screen now. I'm going to share and make sure I'm sharing the right window. Oh, that's not the right window. You don't need to just see my random files. Allow, but we're going to remove that. There's all the videos from our previous lives. Going to load those into the app. I got to stop screen. I love the coordinating prize. Yeah, we like to have fun with them sometimes. Like when we can just make them like make sense with what we're doing, it's kind of fun. Okay, correct screen now. Okay, so this is what the mobile app looks like. And we moved this up to make it really easy for everybody to claim their book bonuses. So technically anybody could go into their app store on Google or what's the other? Apple. I know this. I use Apple. And download the app. But I actually recommend you fill out the form first just to make sure the email matches, because we've had some people be like, the bonuses aren't showing up for me. And it's because they like use their Apple ID or their Google, whatever the Google variation of that is. That is a different email than they filled out the form with. So like it's connected via when you fill out the typed form. Or for those of you who are in the Educate and Rejuvenate, I know there's some of you here, that email. So I recommend getting it that way so that it'll send you an email to set your password, and then you'll just know you're in the right account and it'll download the app that way. Okay. Anyways, but if you do it the other way, it'll like, you could even fill out the form again if you need to with the other email. Like it's not a huge deal. Because here, if you aren't logged into an account that has access, it'll like link to the form here, right, for you. So if you see like everything is locked for you, besides this first module, then you'll just know, okay, I need to fill out the form. I need to make sure it's the right email. Okay. Hopefully that's clear. But if not, you can email us anytime at hello@educateandrejuvenate.com and we'll help you. Okay. So here is where, if you purchase the book, we don't have the access to the Amazon info like at all. Like Teacher Goals has a little bit of info, but they still don't even have enough to get it for you. So that's why you have to fill out a form. You just take a screenshot. I'll show you that in a little bit. That's on this page. But when you do that, it'll unlock all these bonuses. The next thing we're going to do, it's actually not in here yet. This is a big to-do on my list next week. I'm going to go through and take little videos. It's a tool my team uses. It's called Loom. Do any of you use Loom or something similar, like screen recording software? I'm going to go through, I'm going to pull up the PDF of the workbook and actually take a Loom of each exercise and kind of explain it a little bit more, give some context, give some recommendations. So if you like get to any of the exercises in the workbook and you're like, I don't really know, I don't really get this one, or I don't know what to do with it, we'll have a little video for each exercise here in the app. And I'll add them as I create them. So I'll be starting at the beginning. I might not do them all in one sitting. I probably won't, because I tend to get a little wordy and give a lot of information. So I'll probably like do a few chapters at a time, but then you'll have those videos as I do them. They'll be loaded into the app. So as you check back, the workbook and tutorials will be there for you. Then we also have a guided practice for processing emotions. This is the exact one that is in chapter 4. So let me show you in the book. There's like a written version of this guided practice that you can do. But it's kind of hard to be like, oh, I'm going to read it and then I'm going to do it and then I'm going to read it and then I'm going to do it. Not the most intuitive. So I've recorded an audio version of it. So you'll see here, there's like this guided practice. It actually goes like from this page into this one. And then there's like a visual of it they made too. But I recorded an audio. We put it to music. It's actually, we even put like a video with each one, even though like most people probably close their eyes, but I don't know. Do any of you like meditate with your eyes open ever? I usually close my eyes, but sometimes I get like a little dizzy or whatever. So if that happens to you, then you just have calming visuals to look at. Or if you're just not comfortable closing your eyes for whatever reason, like if you're in a public place or something, but you still want to do it. And so then you'll be able to hit play and that meditation will play. We've also pulled a couple more here that were just the meditation parts from a couple coaching calls we did, just so those of you who, I just wanted to give a little more. And those of you who are in the club, actually on my list, in addition to the Looms, is recording even more meditations just for members too. But right now we've got the 3 in there for everybody who purchases a copy of the book. And then we've got the book club schedule and links. So we are doing a live book club with everybody who purchases a copy of the book. And we want to make it easy for you to find it and utilize it. So we've got the schedule right here in the app. I mean, they're going to take place on Zoom, not in the app, but like, we'll probably send like a notification on the app when it's happening. We still have to figure that out, but we're going to start doing that soon. There's the Zoom link here. There's the schedule. I actually recently, we updated the schedule because again, we had to push back these lives a little bit, and then it was shipping, taking a little bit longer. And I wanted to make sure people actually had time to read before we start. So we have, and again, if you haven't read, you're still welcome to join, because I feel like it just enriches your reading experience. It's not like, in my opinion, with this self-help book like this, it's not really spoilers, right? It's just like being able to discuss it. So either way, if you haven't read it yet, still come. It'll be fun. And if you can't make it, if you're like, and I realized my team didn't put time zones, so I will let them know to put time zones here. These are mountain time. We almost always put time zones, but I just realized they didn't. So I will make sure that we get that, so everybody knows in their time zone what it is. And then we have a bonus call for those who purchase 2 books or more, or our club members. You're automatically invited no matter how many copies you order. An author bonus Q&A call. So after the full book club is over, we're just going to have a Q&A where you can ask me all your questions about the book after you finish reading. Okay, and then all the replays if you're not able to make it. So right now, obviously, they're not here because it hasn't started yet. Oh, perfect. Kinsey, you're here. Thank you. Thank you, Kinsey. I didn't realize you were here. So awesome. Can I purchase the book other than Amazon and get the bonuses? Yes. Yeah. If you purchase it elsewhere, I believe it's on Target and Barnes and Noble. I don't think if it's in any in-person stores, I would be thrilled. But I don't think it is. So, I mean, you'll need to purchase it online somewhere, but yeah, you can purchase it somewhere else. We just link to Amazon because that tends to be what most people order from. Oh yeah, see, Charity said, I never read the last book, but loved the book club. Yeah, and when you really think about it, it's just different formats for learning this information. So like you have the book, maybe you kind of skim through it, but then you attend the book club and you do the workbook, or you do some of the things in the app. It's kind of like we're hitting it in different ways, so it can kind of sink in different ways. So even if you read it cover to cover, but you utilize some of this stuff and you come to the book club, it'll be totally worth it. I'm also going to throw in all these book launch party replays. That's why I accidentally shared the screen of the videos, because I've been downloading these videos as soon as we're done. So we'll put them in here. So if you missed one and you want to watch it, we'll have it in there. We even put some bonus trainings in here. I put my 2 sessions that I did at Educate and Rejuvenate, our summer conference. Put those in here. I put our vision board challenge in here, our self-love challenge VIP calls, and our 3-day teacher transformation, because I want everybody to kind of get an idea of what coaching looks like, what it is that we do. So I put those past trainings in here for everybody to check out. And then we also have information for those of you who, if you read the book, you do all this and you want to like get more coaching with me, we have that information there for you as well. So there's a whole lot here just for those who purchase the book. It's so fun. Also, when you purchase the book, you will get an extended trial to try out our Educate and Rejuvenate Club if you want, where you'll be able to see all of our coaching replays, which is so much fun. We've got a lot of stuff here in this app. So it doesn't let me scroll to the side while I'm in this preview mode, but like when you were actually on your phone, you'll be able to like, swipey swipe and see all the calls for each month. And then like, so for example, Chrissy's one of our amazing coaches. She did a processing emotions call just a few days ago. already in here. We always have a summary of what it's going over. So you can kind of go through and be like, what is it I need right now? And look through and hit play. So you can claim an extended trial to be able to check out some of these too if you want. Yes, Chrissy is so amazing, isn't she? I love all of our coaches. And the reason I love bringing other coaches in too is because like you get it, we'll all explain things different ways. So you'll kind of, again, it's like hearing it in a different way sometimes hits different, right? And we're all different. We all resonate with different people more. So I love giving options of coaches for you to work with. And I just love learning from more than one person. I always love that. So, yeah, we've got a lot of calls. We've got like weight loss, we've got time management. We've even got side hustle calls. So for those of you teachers who are like, I want a side hustle, I want to learn a little extra money. We've got those in here. So that could, pay for your club membership even, or could potentially be a tax write-off. Ask your accountant about that. We've got lots of stuff in here. It is news. We also have an area for you to report a bug or anything weird. We have little videos of our what do you call it? Resources each month. Kinsey on our team, she is our curriculum designer. She is like the head of all of our resources, basically. And she's really helping with everything lately. She did so much for Educate and Rejuvenate, the conference this year. She's been helping so much with the app. She's amazing. So, hey, everyone, she's in the chat right now. When you see the Educate and Rejuvenate page in the chat, if you're on the Educate and Rejuvenate platform, that is Kinsey. Okay, so we have all of these here that you'll be able to watch each month. Anybody can watch those. You can just kind of get teaching ideas each month. Those are public. We got the meditation library. Right now we just have the 3, but I'm going to be recording more next week. I've also asked Chrissy to record some, which will be fun. You all know she's great at that type of stuff. We've got our event here. For those of you who did the event, you'll have your replays in here. Oh, you just listened to Kinsey's videos this morning too. She's amazing. I love the lives when I can't make it. I'm so grateful for the replays in the library. Yes. And what I love about the app too is the replays, they're so helpful. You can also speed it up if you need to, if you're like short on time, right? And you play it as a video, but like if you leave the app, like let's say you're like, sometimes we're multitasking a little bit, right? Let's say you're watching and you get a text and you need to like swipe out of the app. Then you like it'll still play, right? You can use it like a podcast too. So like you have the option of watching, or you can use it like a podcast. So I like that a lot. Paid to have the app, but unable to open the app. Ramona, we would love to help you out with that. If you can email us at hello@educateandrejuvenate.com, we'll be happy to help. If you can just send us like a little bit what's going on, like have you been able to download it and whatnot, we will be happy to. Yes, I heard you talking about the replays for book club. I can't remember. Are these lives reposted to rewatch? Yeah, so the lives, we're putting them in the app as well. Also, whatever platform you're watching this on, it looks like you are on YouTube. They should still be there after too. So you can probably even now, before I've loaded them into the app, still find them and watch them if you'd like. So they'll still be available for you as well. But yeah, I'm going to put those in here. You'll see there's the, it made my voice too squeaky. That's so funny. Oh, well, that's fine. I've sped up myself on my podcast. Well, because I speed up everything. So maybe I'm just used to squeaky. It's totally fine. Okay. You'll see the book club replays, right? Those will live here when the book club starts, and then the launch party replays. Once I'm done with the launch party, I plan on just getting them all in at the same time, but I've been downloading them and they'll be there. So in a week, you'll see all, I think it's 6 or 7. All of those will be here for you to rewatch if you would like. Okay, so that is the gist of the app. Kinsey, did I miss anything? Oh, we also put the podcast in here just so you have it all in one place. And the nice thing that we just did too is we went through and we actually embedded the video right in here. So it doesn't, like, you can go out to Apple, Spotify or whatever, but we've also just got it in here for you to watch or listen to. So you can get the podcast right here. So you don't have to go a different place for that. It's all just right here in the app. Oh, we do have an Ask a Coach portal. This is for our members, but again, if you purchase the book, you can come try it out if you'd like. This is where you can submit questions and we'll get the answers put up. We're still getting a process down for the new ones in the app. So if anybody has submitted one yet, we'll get to it soon. It's kind of a new system now. So, but we'll get on that very soon here in the app. And we've got the book. This is where we continue to do book clubs. So the book club for my book is for everybody who purchases the book. We also did one for I Can Fix This by Christina Kuzmich. All the replays are here for anybody who wants to watch in the club. And we're also going to start having a coaching clip of the week. And this is going to be public available to everyone, including those who purchase the book. The other cool thing we're going to do though is, so there's going to be one free coaching clip of the week, right? But then for those of you in the club, we're going to just keep them there for you. So you'll be able to keep like, it won't be like only there for a week. We'll have the one like coaching clip of the week that's like available for everyone in the app, but then we're going to have like all the little clips. So if you're like, I just need a little dose of inspiration, I don't have time for a full call, we're consciously pulling out these little clips. So you can be like 2 to 5 minutes of a little bit of inspiration right in the app. And we'll make sure we title them so it kind of makes sense what it's about. So kind of like a little mini coaching lesson. So anyway, that is everything, I believe. In here, we just have information about making sure you get the content unlocked. There's definitely more content coming in the app here soon. So again, you get this whole module here when you purchase the book. There's also some other stuff, like you'll get the coaching clip of the week. You'll have access to the podcast in the app, all the lots of stuff in here too. So much fun. Chantel said that's great having it all in one place. Love it. Yes, all in one place. And I'm excited that now even for the podcast, it doesn't link away. You can do it right in the app, which is super handy. That's only happened in the app though. Oh, interesting. Only in the app. So not on the, I haven't tried to speed myself up on the app. Maybe it does it weird. I'll have to look at it. Okay, Lukeman, welcome. I'm so glad you love the teaching profession from Nigeria. I love that we get to connect with educators all over the world via the internet. It's the best thing ever. So fun. Okay, so now that we've gone over the app, I want to go over and just quickly review everything you get when you purchase the book and how to claim your bonuses. So this is the page that when you go to that teachergoals.com/educate bonuses, this is what will pull up. And you can scroll through the page and kind of learn a little bit more about it. It kind of explains why I wrote it, but I already did that for all of you. It was a top new release. I mean, I think still is amazing. Got some reviews here. And then here is what you get when you purchase. So we have different things you get with different levels of quantities of books, right? And the reason we do this is because we love the idea of getting this book into the hands of as many teachers as possible. And also, I really want an audiobook. So we need to hit that goal so I can record an audiobook as well. So we have one copy if you purchase one copy of the book. And again, these are in any format. So this could be one Kindle copy or one physical copy. Those are the two formats we have right now. When you do that, you get the full workbook. So you can dive deeper into it and apply the work, not just consume it. That's what this PDF workbook is. You can print it out. It's beautiful in full color, but it also, like, it's not like crazy amounts of color. So it should print just fine in grayscale. How many do you need to sell to be approved for an audio? I don't know if I'm supposed to say. I'll have to find out if I'm allowed to say that or not. Like, I don't know what in a contract you're allowed to share and not. But I mean, it's a number that I believe we can hit, but it's not going to be immediate. I'll say that. But yes, if you will help us get the word out, definitely that will help. I love the workbook alone. The workbook, yeah, even if you don't read the book, the workbook does give like a short little summary of everything before, like, because they want to make sure, like, you know, if you haven't fully read the book yet, or if you read the book and then you're taking your time to work through the workbook and now it's been a little bit, it reviews everything, right? At video walkthrough, We talked about that, but there's going to be a video walkthrough of each of the exercises, the live book study where you'll get to come and join me and we'll talk about the book. It's only a couple chapters at a time. I actually added more calls from the original because it was like, I want to make sure we're really able to talk about each one. So made sure they like go together, like intro and chapter 1 really go together. Chapters 2 and 3 are both about thoughts. Chapters 4 and 5 are about feelings and nervous system. Those really go together. So I made sure that we're really going to be able to hit everything where it's not going to be like, oh, we're trying to squeeze too much in. I want to make sure that any questions anybody has, we can talk about all of it. You also get a $30 credit to the resource shop, which it will essentially pay for your copy of the book. The book, if you do a paperback copy, is $26.95 on Amazon with Prime, or a Kindle's $9.99, I believe, $11.99. What is it? $9.99. So, I mean, then you just get even more, right? The $30 credit. Oh, we already went over that. And then there's a month trial to the club. If you want to come try it out. For our members, we have created a bonus only for members that only members can redeem. Kinsey has created, and she's so close to done, actually. It should be ready. Kins, do you want to put in the chat when you think it'll be actually ready to send out to all our members who purchased a copy? It's taken her some time, but she's making a student version of the workbook. And again, it's only our members can get it who purchase a copy of the book. It's Tuesday, soon, very soon. We're going to want to make sure we get it proofread though, so we don't take it down and back up like we did with the other one. Besides just the joy of having it in your hands, is there any other benefit to having the physical copy? I love the idea of the workbook because you can write any notes there. I mean, I really think it's personal preference. I love my Kindle Scribe. A lot of books I only get on Kindle and it's totally fine. I do love, I mean, it's just pretty and shiny. I do like that about the physical copy, but all the images are in the other one too. So, I mean, it's up to you. I'm not going to tell you which format you need to buy. Or if you want to get both and get the, what some people have done, they've asked, can you get a Kindle and a physical copy and do this? And you can. I mean, it's not getting you that accountability. That was the original idea behind it, but we decided yes. So if you decide to do both, you can claim the Teacher Bestie bundle. Oh, the other thing I forgot to mention is the book sticker. Oh, 2 things I forgot to mention. I got too sucked into everything. We're gonna send a sticker that I sign. I'll print out a cute design on it and then I will actually sign it. So that's the other benefit to a physical copy, actually, Bethany. If you want that sticker to go in a book, so you have like a signed copy, that would be the other benefit. That's only through launch week. I'm not doing that forever because that would just be like a lot to pick. Oh, somebody bought it. Hang on, I gotta, So we're doing it like once the launch period is over. Oh, wait, I just realized Kelsey, we need to update this calendar. I'll do it when we're done though. I can do it easy. But we did extend the launch week bonuses to next week just because this whole launch period got extended. So it's not too late. What do you mean by student version? A student version is like, so the kids, so this is very adult geared, the workbook, right? So we're creating a student version of the workbook. So not only can you learn and apply this stuff, but your students can too. Where's the regular workbook? Is it sent on email or in the app? We've done both. But yeah, it is in the app. So we got it added back, right, Kinsey? We had it up and then we took it down for just a sec because literally while it was live, we caught a few typos and I didn't want anybody like sending it to Staples or printing it out. We like proofread everything always, but just with the hectic that like with the book launch and everything, I was like, yay, it's done, get it up. It was like we were down to the wire with everything. And then it just slipped my mind to actually have it proofread. So we're like, oh wait, shoot. But it is proofread, it is done. Just need to make sure we actually got it added back. And we did email it again too, right? We sent an email again to everybody about it, including all of our members. When you say member, which level to member? Any member. So Sabrina, it's not just like lifetime, like it doesn't matter as long as you're a member of the Educate and Rejuvenate Club. And even if you're like, even if you're not and you're like, wait, I want that. If you decide to join us, then you can too. Yeah, so just make sure to check your email. And check your spam too. We did have some issues with some emails sending from, we switched to our educateandrejuvenate.com domain, and then it was being weird. So it was going to spam for some people. So now we're sending again from wifeteachermommy.com. We can figure out how to fix that. So there's so much more that goes to a rebrand than I even realized until we did it. Perfect. That download button is linked to the updated one. Perfect. Thank you, Kinsey. And I clicked away. I realized I was like checking for that, and then I got to answering questions. It's like squirrel. Thank you, Kinsey, for answering that. So yes, it's in the app too. Yes, Kinsey is awesome. Our whole team's awesome. Love them. And then there's also an exclusive bundle of resources that I shared on one of our lives the other day. But like, I mean, the bundle of resources alone would cost you more than the book even. These are resources that were donated by my friends. So they are not ones that are in the club, for those of you who are already in our Educate and Rejuvenate club. There's blending task cards from Play-Doh to Play-Doh, my friend Malia. There's solar system writing prompts from my friend Jacqueline at the Little Ladybug Shop. So cute. Nervous system regulation posters. So again, if you want your kids in your class to regulate their nervous system too, not just yourself, right? We want that. Kirsten from Kirsten's Caboodle donated those. We have a fraction collaborative poster from Teresa Quant for upper elementary, a place value craft from Rainbow Sky Creations for lower, and then no name posters, and that are going to help remind kids to write their name on their paper. And I think there's a few more things in there as well. It is an awesome bundle. So we added that too. So anybody who purchases any level of books. Now, if you decide to go with two, and that can be any format, if you do Kindle and paperback, two Kindle. Two Kindle's a little trickier. You would need 2 Amazon accounts, but the bonuses from your friends. Do you have to buy 2 books? No, we added that in that's in all of the ones. The 2 books is to get 2 tickets to the exclusive Q&A night with me. Again, our members already get that. So like you could buy 1 copy and still get that. But if you're not in the club, you would need to buy 2 books. You also get 2 tickets to the Educate and Rejuvenate virtual conference. Those are normally $20 each. So again, that's $40. That more than pays for the second book, right? And you also, your credit to our shop goes up to $60. Not, and I realize this isn't clear because technically like $60 shop credit each, right? So here it's a $30 shop credit for buying 1 book. Here it is 2 $60 shop credits. So it's a lot more credit to the Educate and Rejuvenate shop. This is just for the shop. It's not for the membership. But it could be like gifted to a friend or whatever. If you're like, oh, I don't need it or whatever, it could make a nice gift. So 10 copies. This is for those who might want to put together a book club. If like you have a bunch of friends, we're all going to buy a copy, or a small school, a small teacher team. You'll each get that $60 shop credit. We'll send a planner to the person who puts the group together. You'll also get a PDF of all my book club prep, so you can host your own book club with it. You get 10 tickets to the virtual conference, the book sticker, the bundle for all your teachers, and the credit for all your teachers. And then there's the 30 copies. Again, these ones are more for like, again, if you're getting a group together or a small teacher team. This one is for school. So again, if you want to talk to your admin, like this would be a really great gift for them to give their teachers to be able to have this book. It would get them PD, right? We would do I would do it up to an hour and a half PD, Zoom PD with your school. And you would also all get to come to our PD conference, 5 planners in the mail, a bunch of stuff. So that most people are not going to do those 2, right? Most of you are going to do the 1 or 2. So we're very well aware of that. We just wanted to make sure that we do something fun for if schools are going to do this together. Oh, wait, that's not the right link. What did I just share? I shared a Facebook link. I meant to share the actual, sorry, I saw somebody in the chat. There we go. Okay. So here's that. And then to claim it, you're going to order your copies from Amazon or wherever you want. We could update that and to put wherever you want. But we just made it easy to click here to order. Take a screenshot of your order and then pick the number of books. So you'll just click on the correct form. Click on the correct form here to then have it take you to the form to fill out. Okay. So there's just take a screenshot if you need. I feel like that's all the info on the page you need. So once you click on that to go to Amazon, again, you could also purchase somewhere else if you want. There's Kindle, there's paperback, either option. The one thing I would love for those of you who are like, I grabbed the book. Bethany just bought her Kindle copy. So excited to dig in. Thank you, Bethany, for your purchase. I cannot wait for you to dig in either. And I hope to see you on the book clubs and everything so we can all chat about it. One thing I would love is, you see, we have 3 ratings so far. So excited about that. I know a lot of you are like, I haven't read it yet or whatever. But you can always update your review. It really does help a book get out there if it has more reviews. So if you're able to leave a review, if you like have read enough where you feel comfortable leaving a review, I would love it. I want to show you a couple of these we got so far. I was reading this book after attending and thoroughly enjoying the conference. This book is not only well laid out with a lot of information, but it has links to other helpful resources too. I struggle with perfectionism and therefore being hard on myself, which can cause me to feel overwhelmed in juggling the many roles I have. The coaching model taught in this book is a game changer for me and has really helped me to reframe my thoughts in all aspects of life. Kelsey writes and teaches on concepts here with clarity and compassion. I feel like she was one of my best friends, cheered me on. I related to some of her personal stories so well. The things she teaches would benefit absolutely anyone, although this book is especially made for teachers and their unique struggles. The author, having been a teacher herself and now a coach for teachers specifically, really knows the teacher's heart. Thank you, Kelsey, for writing this much needed book for teachers. If you're on the fence about buying this book, don't think about it any longer. Just buy it. You'll thank me later. Another one says, honesty moment, probably. I just started reading this book and haven't finished yet, so I can update my review then. But so far, I am loving all the real life examples Kelsey gives with the principles. Instead of just teaching the what, she goes a step further by demonstrating the how, by relating these situations she's seen in coaching. I related to Ashley in chapter 1 a lot. As you can see, I'm already taking a lot of the notes in my Kindle. Excited to see what comes next in the book. I appreciated the metaphor of observing like a student teacher. That's given me a new perspective. I also love that most of the metaphors directly relate to teaching. Yeah, I did try to make them relate to teaching because it is a teaching book. Okay. Charity's going to stick with the hard copy. Love it. I love that you're also doing this launch week. This is super fun. So glad you're having fun with it. Sabrina, can't wait to start reading. Charity will leave a review after I read the book, so it's more specific. Thank you for being willing to leave a review. We can tell you have so much love for this and is not solely for sales. Yes, it definitely is not. It's actually, I mean, doing all the things we're doing has been a huge investment, but it's so worth it. I just love the amazing people I get to connect with. Can't wait to get the book and start reading and applying it. Yes, I can't wait either. I can't wait to do this book club with all of you and to be able to just get this work out there to more teachers. Let's help more teachers not feel like they have to completely consume themselves to be a good teacher. In fact, we do so much better when we rejuvenate ourselves, when we educate and rejuvenate. It really is the missing piece. That's why this is a 3-step guide to revitalize your teaching, renew your spirit, and reignite your passion for life inside and outside of teaching. Kim is getting a copy for herself and for her daughter. I love that so much. Like, this is generational, right? When we learn this stuff, and again, and it doesn't matter the age. Like, even like, my mom and I, for example, we started learning this stuff together. Like, we're both adults, right? But it's amazing when we're able to do it together. This has been an exciting week despite the delay. Yes, I know it's, it just is what it is, right? We can only control, like we even talk about with coaching, like, oh, my book glitched and it went off Amazon. And I did have my panic moment. I'm not going to lie, but I snapped out of it pretty quick because I was just like, you know what? I can't control this. And I'm also like, it might be what it's meant to be. And I really think it was actually, because I think I would have burned myself out had I done the lives that weekend too, because we had just some crazy personal stuff come up, and we had my grandma's birthday party. We went up into the mountains and it was beautiful, but I probably would have been trying to do too much. So I need to practice what I preach, right? So it ended up working out. It came back pretty quickly. And I think it's nice that we actually got to spread these out a little bit. Um, I've heard that saying many times. Yes. So important for teachers these days. It's become so much harder to be in this profession. We all need tools that will help us. Yes, 100%. Yeah, couldn't complain too much about it. It all worked out. I agree. It's worked out beautifully. And even I'm like, this book launch is just the beginning. I'm like, I'm going to continue mentioning this book like all the time. Like, I mean, I really see this as like, I actually, it was Lizzie actually who I chatted with 2 days ago. No, yesterday. No, 2 days ago. That's right. Um, it was when she was coaching me, and I was actually this is back when I was a lot more dysregulated around even what I'm doing here in my business, and I was worried about a launch, right? And this is a launch, right? And she's like, "What if you think about it less like a rocket and more like a flower opening up?" And she actually forgot she gave me this advice. I'm like, "This is the visual I think of every single time I do a launch. Like it's a flower blooming. It's like, yes, I'm putting it out there, but it's not the end, right? This is just like the beginning." And I'm going to continue sharing about this book, getting on podcasts, mentioning it in our emails and everything. Um, are there any more book launch events to make up for last weekend, and when, please? Yes. And we'll do the giveaway prize winner here in a sec too. So here is the rest of the book launch calendar. Put that in the chat. So you'll see we have 2 more. So everything got rescheduled. So this was originally last Saturday. Now it's today. The live podcast recording was originally the 19th. Now it's the 23rd. We'll be giving away a binding machine on that live. And then on the 26th, we'll be playing a trivia game. So if you haven't yet ordered your book, you'll want to order it. I mean, Kindle would luckily get delivered immediately, but if you want a physical copy, make sure you get it ordered soon so you have it by trivia, because the questions are all coming from the book. It's open book. And the top 3 are going to get a prize. And then we'll pick a few random people who just are here and live as well. We tested it on our team meeting this week, and it was so much fun. So we're using a platform. It's similar to Kahoot, but it's called Aha Slides. It was just for being able to have a big group, it was cheaper to do. It's so much fun. Like there's a leaderboard, so every few questions it'll show where you're at. And you'll like get out your phone and you'll just open the thing. We'll walk you through it. The binding machine is on the 23rd. And what are you discussing again that day? So we are doing a live podcast recording. And unless I somehow get inspired otherwise, I was really kind of wanting to talk about that quote that I mentioned and why we need to not consume ourselves as teachers, like really the why behind it, and diving into that, like, and actually taking some participation from what I love when I do a live podcast recording is actually when I'm able to get participation from people here. I'm like, what are some ways that you have consumed yourself as a teacher rather than rejuvenating yourself? And what was the impact of that? And we're really going to unpack that and be like, why is it we do this? How can we shift? And of course, that's where the book comes in, but we're really going to try to talk about it and get to the root of it as much as we can on that live podcast recording on the 23rd. Oh, bummer. The 26th is conference night. Darn it. I know it's so hard to get it to work for everybody. Your live podcasts are so fun. Oh yes. That would be a huge thing to discuss. Love, love, love it. Yeah. I'm so excited. I love doing the live podcasts. And in fact, I'm like, I should do them more because like I'm recording a podcast anyway. So I want to make sure I do it at least like every other month because I just find them so much fun. Okay. Kins, did you put a winner in the chat? Kinsey? Okay, winner is Bethany Ankeny. Bethany, yes, you got your Kindle, right? And you won. So you won the wireless phone charger so you can keep your phone charged so you can use that Educate and Rejuvenate app. Awesome. Okay, this was so much fun. Charity's loving the lives. Hannah said, yes, the 26th I'll be at school for an event, but it ends when your event starts, so I'll watch it from school. Oh, good. I'm glad it helped. Yes, Bethany. Okay, so Bethany, email hello@educateandrejuvenate.com, and we will get you that prize. It will probably be next week since it's the weekend, but we will be sure to get that to you. Okay, awesome. Thank you, everybody, for being here. So much fun. If anybody still happens to be around, I am going to be on a live podcast recording for somebody else's podcast. It's the Under the Hat podcast in an hour and 10 minutes. with Steve Martinez. So be sure to check that out if you would like. Otherwise, I will see you hopefully on the 23rd or the 26th or at the book club. So, and yeah, that's all for now. Great job, everybody, being in the chat, seeing you, and we'll chat later.